What's good, y'all? Welcome back to RICHLEV fam. Gang. Now today, bro, I flipped 100 jungle rocks. Here's what I found by the boy Terra Green. Shout out Terra Green. I feel like we haven't watched Terra Green in a minute, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When was the last video we watched from Terra Green, bro? Yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to him because he makes like the most peak animal nature content that you could possibly find out there. So without further ado, Mr. Grab your popcorn and let's see.
Exotic jungles are home to some of the craziest and rarest animals ever. So that's why I'm traveling to the...
What the hell is this?
Are home to some of the craziest and rarest animals.
What the fuck is that?
Ever. So that's why
Like a
I'm
spiky
traveling
wee-wee.
to the Costa Rican jungles to flip 100 objects to find insane ant colonies.
Oh, hell no. Where the hell was that, bro?
To flip 100 objects to find insane...
This motherfucker had wings, boy. He got a big BBL butt and he got wings? Oh, hell, I don't want to know what this ant can do, bro. I don't want to know, bro.
Deadly creatures, and so much more.
And the trail I'm on in specific gets denser as you go on, so I'm going to be finding crazy animals by the end.
But to my surprise,
I want to see that one.
Literally my first rock flip, I found something really good.
What the hell?
I've never found
is that a
one of these
scorpion?
in the wild.
Wait, no, what is it?
Yup, this is a vinegaroon, an insane, almost
vinegar?
alien-looking creature that can literally shoot acid out the end of its abdomen.
You shooting acid out your ass? Bro, get your freak ass on, man. Freaky ass animal. But for real, this is scary though, chat. Because low key, you wouldn't even expect this from this thing. And you'll be like too busy looking at how weird it is. And then all of a sudden, it just sprays you through his ass.
Shoot acid out the end
straight
of its
ad
abdomen.
juice.
And thankfully, there happened to be a wild crickets right next to it. So of course, I took out some tweezers, I grabbed the crickets, and almost instantly, the vinegaroon snapped its claws at the crickets, and well, it instantly started to devour it.
God
that is
damn.
pretty brutal. As I
Motherfucker hungry as shit.
continued a bit more into the jungle, I ended up checking under and around these leaves when I found this insanely camouflaged bug. This is a katydid, and when you take a close
Bro, that's actually insane. That looks exactly just like a leaf, bro. Oh my gosh, this gotta be like one of the best camouflages I've ever seen.
look at its body, it literally has the same exact
What?
vein texture that leaves have.
Literally.
Yes, they use this insane camouflage to surprise attack other bugs and eat them alive. Yeah, the jungle is home to some of the craziest camouflage ever. But unfortunately,
Bro.
under object number 3, there wasn't anything.
All right, this one's scary, chat,
crazy-
because it's scary for other insects and stuff. Because yeah, being taken over by this thing while you feel like you're just climbing on a branch, a leaf or something, and then all of a sudden you just get attacked, bro. That's the feel like shit.
Yeah, the jungle is home to some of the craziest
Like, what's my
camouflage
luck?
ever. But unfortunately, under object number 3, there wasn't anything. So from now on, I'm only gonna show stuff that actually has cool animals. It only took
bet.
until object number 5 when I was searching under these leaves and found this. I had just caught this
What the
baby
hell?
assassin bug in the middle
Assassin
of
bug.
attacking an ant.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with anything called assassin, man. Like, what the hell that mean, bro? You finna assassinate my ass? I mean, look at he got a black and white booty.
Can't tell by the name, assassin bugs are known for how deadly they are with their venomous proboscis mouths that they use to inject venom into their prey. And scary
It's like a mixture, like a spider / scorpion type shit.
that they use to inject
what it looks-
venom into their prey. And
Look how he
scarily
perks his
enough,
booty
they
up.
sometimes will gather the corpses of their insect prey and carry them on their backs to
Ain't no way, my nigga. You know what? He earned the right to name himself Assassin Bug, bro, because ain't no way he slides all of his ops block and carries them on his back, my nigga. Carries they bones and shit? Oh, hell no.
use as a body shield.
Like some trophies?
Yeah, sorry, Ant. You might have met a brutal end. And interestingly, literally only about 30 seconds away, I think I found where this ant had come
Put this on
from.
4K,
Going
chat.
through the middle of the trail was a massive line of one of the most iconic ant species. These
Step on
are
all them.
leaf
Just kidding.
cutter ants.
Leaf
Yep, you
cutter
probably
ant?
have heard about these guys before. They have mandibles that act like scissors so they can cut little pieces of leaves off to bring back to the colony.
Bro, just...
Act like scissors so they can cut a little
Yo, I mean, if you know, like, ants can't take any fall damage, so this is not gonna affect them. But it's like, hello, I wanna die today.
pieces of leaves off to bring back to the colony. If you look closely, you can even see that there are some of these way bigger leaf cutter ants,
hell
which
no.
are the majors. These
That's
guys
a
will
ball
help
cutter
carry
ant.
the bigger and heavier leaves,
Why he look like he got two? You know what? And
also help defend the normal workers from predators trying to attack. It's pretty cool. Anyways, as I continued on the trail, I ended up flipping object number 10, where I found a pretty weird creature.
What the
At
fuck
first,
is that?
all I could see was this really small white and blue bug, but as I picked it up onto a leaf to get a better
What the
look,
fuck?
I realized that this was a butterfly. Yeah, you probably know.
I was literally about to say that. I didn't want to look stupid. Like, oh, is that kind of looks like a butterfly, and then it was gonna be something completely different. But yes, it gave me the vibes of like a butterfly. But at first, like when I saw these antennas right here, I thought that was like his nose for a quick second. But no, it's just like the
Look, I realized that this was a butterfly. Yeah, you probably
like,
know
what?
how butterflies start out as caterpillars, and once they get big enough, they turn into a chrysalis for a few months until they finally emerge as a butterfly. But this butterfly I had found must have
yeah, isn't that absolutely insane, bro? How like they're literally a living thing that kind of crawls around and does stuff, and then they just randomly kind of hibernate and then turn into a whole different thing. Like, that's insane.
For
Nature's crazy.
Until they finally emerge as a butterfly. But this butterfly I had found must have just emerged from its chrysalis because its wings were all curled up. So I decided to leave it be, so over the next few hours, it could develop those beautiful patterns on its expanding wings.
And that happens just in a few hours or something? That's not like a span of days? Wait, I actually want to search that up, bro. After emerging from his chrysalis, a butterfly takes 1 to 2 hours to fully grow, expand, and dry its wings. Dang, that's pretty fast, bro. I mean, probably for the butterfly, it's like the longest time of his life, it probably feels like. But just in general, that seems pretty fast for it to like completely get its wings and be able to fly.
Down the rainforest
After
trail,
coming out
I
that
found
thing?
object 15, which was this tree, and on the side of it was an insane amount of flies.
Oh,
Yo, I
hell
don't know if this shows up
no.
on the camera, but there was like
Definitely shows
2,000
up.
bugs right in front of me.
Yeah, I was honestly a bit confused on what exact type of bugs these were and why there were so many in one area.
Right,
So
what
I
are they
first
even
got out
doing?
the backpack, and this time I grabbed out a GoPro on a stick. This lets me safely get a close view of what
There's got to be something inside the tree that they're eating or something, right?
going on in here, and to my surprise, these weren't actually flies. In
Oh,
fact,
what are
with their
they?
yellowish color and shape, it made me think it was some sort of species of stingless bee.
Yeah,
What sealed the
bee?
deal
What
is
the
when I got my GoPro closer to the side of the tree, I saw this weird entrance tunnel sticking out with a bunch of bugs flying
It's like their
around.
home.
Apparently, some species of stingless bees construct these super weird funnels on the side of trees that act as the entrance to the hidden hives inside the trees where they keep all their valuable stuff. like
Wow.
honey. It is crazy what lives inside some of these jungles.
Yeah, I mean, beehives can form in a lot of crazy places, Chad. I mean, I remember I told you guys a long time ago that I actually had to deal with a beehive that was in the house I was in, and it was kind of like in the rooftop, like in the attic a little bit, bro. But it's been brewing there for a couple years, even before I came here. So it was like crazy. It was a whole bunch of bees. That's just scary, bro. Like, I like bees and everything, like what they do for the environment and everything, but like, dude, not my fucking house, bro. Y'all niggas gotta go. Hell no, bro. We ain't around here, bro. Hell no. Unless you gonna give me that honey butt. Fuck the honeycomb. I want the honey butt. Just kidding. That was a joke, by the way.
Like honey. It is crazy what lives inside some of these jungles. As I continued down the trail, I found some of these massive leaves. What was interesting is how some of them had been absolutely decimated and completely tore up, like this one that you could barely even tell was a leaf. Some super hungry caterpillar or leafcutter ants must have come through and done this, and my suspicion was confirmed.
Something like that.
Less than a minute down the trail, I found another line of leafcutter ants, but this time they were gathering up an insanely massive pile of cut up leaves, probably.
Wow, what if they're trying to like make a shelter with this or something? That's pretty cool. But honestly, I feel bad for the leaves, bro. They're just getting cut up by these niggas 24/7.
Massive pile of cut up leaves, probably from those leaves I was just at. And as I followed the line of them even more, it brought me to where their nest was. You see, leafcutter ants don't actually cut up leaves to eat them. They actually bring the leaves all the way under their nests, chew them up meticulously, and spit them back out. And over a few days, a special kind of fungus grows on the chewed up leaves that the leaf cutters will then eat. So in a way,
what the f? That just seems weird, chat. I mean, just imagine that process, like, as humans, right? Imagine we take something and we eventually know it's gonna turn into something like a fungus. I mean, most likely it'll turn into a fucking fungus if it's going in and out of our mouth, you know, just wherever in the environment, and then eventually it turns into fucking some nasty shit. Oh, hell no. That don't sound appealing at all.
It's basically run a massive farming operation in their nests that no one would ever suspect.
Nasty ass
farming. The most interesting thing I found here was this line of the leafcutter ants bringing pieces of dirt to the nest to build it even bigger. Right next to all these workers, I noticed something super insane.
Oh, hell
there was a
no.
massive queen leafcutter ant being carried by a ton of royal escort ants.
Oh, so she's just lazy. I thought something happened to her, bro. She just lazy as hell, bro. Just letting everybody carry her. Like, come on, boy. Use them damn wings or something. You got like an advantage over all of them, bro. Or what? You're just trying to, you know, flex your authority that you're the queen.
And based off the fact that this queen had its wings still, it told me that these royal escort ants were taking her to a safe place for her to take flight, so that way she could find some male leafcutter ants to mate with, so then she could tear off the wings to start her very own colony.
What the hell? So they tear off their wings after they bust or what? Queen leafcutter ants shred or chew off their wings after their mating flight because they are no longer needed and to survive. The wings would be an obstruction in the underground tunnels. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Like in a lot of the homes and the, you know, nests and stuff that ants be having wings would probably be so inconvenient, especially with how big they are. And the queen will digest her large wing muscles to convert them into energy for her new colony. Oh, so she eats them too. Wow. No further need to fly. Obstruction in the nest. Crucial energy source. Okay, that's pretty interesting, chat. We don't really learn about the leafcutter ants too much.
To start that's pretty her cool. Very own colony. Now, the next creature I found was actually the closest call I've had to getting hurt so far.
What the hell?
Under this leaf, I had...
ain't no way I'm going anywhere near trying to touch this motherfucker, bro. It looks like one of those type of insects that shoot out spikes at you or something, bro. I wouldn't even try.
An absolute Goliath of a caterpillar. Unlike normal caterpillars that have smooth skin, this thing was completely covered in these soft, fuzzy white hairs. And as you can see, it had this super creepy red skin underneath. Now, I got extremely lucky that I didn't accidentally touch this thing because I later learned that this is a flannel moth caterpillar. And under all of this white fuzzy fur is thousands of microscopic venomous needles.
Bro, you see what I'm saying, bro? That's exact. Wait, didn't we learn about this one time, chat? I feel like we might have learned about this in a past video or something where like they had a whole bunch of those spiky. Oh, I think it was that one video where it's like, oh, animals that you should never touch or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's that one. If you guys pull it up, I'm pretty sure we learned about this. But yeah, I wouldn't even try to touch this. It just automatically gives me bad vibes, bro.
Venomous needles. Yes, and whenever you touch one of these caterpillars, it'll eject those needles into your skin, causing immense pain that doesn't go away for days.
And that's the crazy thing about this type of pain, chat, is that it's low-key worse than just getting stabbed just with a knife or something. Like, even though that sounds crazy, like, bro, why would little needles hurt? Bro, it's because it's a whole bunch of them and it's little things that are just sticking in your skin and shit. It just makes the pain immense, bro. Like, I don't think you guys realize like getting hit by a cactus or just a lot of thorns on a plant or something, that pain just be lasting, and especially because it's so hard to actually get it out, bro.
Ooh, I dodged a bullet for sure. By this point in the jungle, I had gotten to a little section with a small river running through it. So of course I had to get out the backpack to once again grab out my GoPro from it. Since GoPros are waterproof, it lets me stick it under the water to see what kind of life is living in here. First of all, if you look very closely, you can see there is some super small water beetles which go around eating algae to keep the water clean. Then there was also some of these tadpoles I had found, which of course will turn into frogs sometime within a month. And also, once I had stick my GoPro into the deeper part of the river, I was able to find a decent amount of fish swimming around. They move fast, so it's sort of hard to see, but if we pause at the perfect time, you can sort of make out a few
look at that.
Them. One of them was down here sticking to the rock, which made me think it was some sort of freshwater goby or
looks like a tadpole though, no?
Which both have the ability to suction the bottom of their body to rocks and rivers, so then the water won't push them around and they can just chill near the bottom.
So that'd be stroking rocks? I like that.
Just right next to where the river was, I was flipping a few rocks.
I do the same.
Ended up finding something pretty gruesome. There was a straight up pile of bones from some animal.
Hey, who was bro's ops, man? They skinned this nigga alive, bro. The bare bones, only his wings left, bro. God damn, who was your ops?
Straight up pile of bones from some animal. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Jeez. And these must have been pretty fresh because the tendons and tissues.
Yeah, it looks fresh because like it's not, I don't know how to, it doesn't give like a rustic feeling to it. And look at that. You can kind of see the little muscle or the tendons and shit right here.
Still connecting these bones to a bunch of feathers. This was almost certainly a Costa Rican bird, maybe something like a hawk or an escaped farm chicken that unfortunately was attacked by a crazy puma or some other deadly predator.
Nah, there's something dangerous around here. Okay, I gotta keep my eye out.
And the fact that it's fresh makes it scary because like, bro, what the hell skinned it alive this fast? Now, the only thing that I would like try to make an assumption on is that, you know how like a lot of animals or even ants or there's some type of insects that just be devouring skin and muscles and all that shit. So there's a lot of things of that around here. So it makes sense why it would get devoured. If something's just dead there and it's just like an unlimited food source source for any colonies and shit, so that makes sense. But if that was just done by like one creature, like I need to know what the hell that creature is, bro.
As I was walking down this little stretch of road, I ended up finding a vulture menacingly sitting on a pole. Yeah, vultures are the scavengers of the animal kingdom and sit still to use
nigga look like a dried out ball sack, man. What the hell? No wonder he's a scavenger.
Yeah, vultures are the scavengers of the animal kingdom
dried up balls.
And sit still to use their insane eyesight to locate animal corpses. It will then swoop down on them and absolutely decimate whatever food is left.
See, it was probably them that did it.
How these things have completely feathered bodies, but then they just have these bald heads that they use to stick inside the rotting corpses. Very brutal once again. And continuing on the theme of...
It's like, why the hell do they even look like that? Bro, what's the size behind this? I actually want to look that up, bro. Why do vultures have bald heads? Vultures have bald heads primarily as an evolutionary adaptation for hygiene. Bro, that seems like a backwards hygiene thing because they eat decaying meat and often plunge their heads deep into carcasses. Featherless skin prevents bacteria, blood, and rotting tissue from sticking to and soiling to their feathers. That's the purpose of it, you know what I'm saying? To basically have them not get infected by when they literally dig in people's butts, man.
And corpses. Very brutal once again. And continuing on the theme,
he'll never get pink eye. He's already pink.
Brutal finds. The next thing I found was actually what I thought was a dead spider. Yeah, I found the spider that was completely limp, and if you take a close look at it, it had a thread of silk connecting it to the leaf above. This led me to believe that it must have gone into some sort of crazy fight with another creature, and unfortunately had lost.
God damn. It looked like it wrapped himself. Oh, maybe it was fighting with another spider though, or maybe not. It's just weird how it's just left there and it's not like devoured or something, you know?
After thinking about it for a bit longer, it actually made more sense that this was a spider molt. Yeah, you didn't know every few months, some spider species will literally crawl out of their old skin like an alien movie once they've outgrown it.
Hell no, get that shit off my screen, bro. Get that shit on my screen, bro.
And it can sometimes just look like they've left a body behind, but in reality, the spider is still living happily in the forest.
Yeah, that makes sense because I was like, why isn't the spider completely devoured right here? You know, it just looks like it's chilling, but that makes sense that it just literally just came out as old skin, kind of like how snakes do and shit, and then just live happily ever after. But that, I hated that video.
But in reality, the spider is still living
That's a beautiful color spider.
In the forest. So hopefully we'll see some moving ones soon. Anyways, the next creature I found was actually something pretty funny because as I was walking along the trail, I noticed a little white and green thing moving along the floor. What the hell? But quickly, I realized that this was another one of those leaf cutter ants.
My god!
This dude happened to be carrying a little plant stem that was like 5 times longer than its body, and he was having a...
That's why I say, hey, when one of the videos we learned that ants can carry like 50 times, what was it, like 50 times or something? It's some crazy amount of their body weight. Like they're just that fucking strong, bro.
A lot of trouble trying to move it since it was a lot bigger than him. It was funny.
He's still moving it though.
Just pick up this ant by the plant stem, and I figured I should just help him out, so I moved him a bit in the direction he was headed in.
All right, just wanted to move you a little closer to your target, buddy.
Bro probably felt so good after that. He's like, I had to walk all that way. He was just struggling carrying that shit, bro. He's trying to get to his colony or something.
At this point, I had spent so long on the trail that the sun was starting to set, meaning it was now night. This means I'm not even gonna have to flip rocks to find stuff anymore, since all the crazy nocturnal animals are just gonna be
come out
since it is nighttime. And that was instantly proven because along the very first tree I checked, I saw this. It's a bark mantis, which of course is a...
Yo, Terry, I just have to know, bro. Do you be going to places like this by yourself? Like, you gotta have somebody with you, right? I mean, if you're going by yourself, dude, I don't know how you do this, man. I'd be too scared.
Mantis, which of course is a praying mantis that are known for how deadly they are to other insects. But yeah, it just has the texture of bark so it can camouflage a bit better. But very interestingly, this is the perfect display of how this camouflage is needed because right above this mantis was a yellow-headed gecko. Now, big mantises are known to take down and eat lizards. This mantis was certainly too small to do that. Right now, the only thing keeping this mantis alive from being eaten is its camouflage.
And bro's trying to stay still too because once it starts moving, it knows that like the freaking...
From being eaten is its camouflage. And speaking of that mantises, as I continued down the trail, the next cool creature I found was another mantis. Yep, but this was a much more iconic species. It's a tropical shield mantis.
Bro, this is so cool.
Bro has a built-in shield?
I mean, his back literally looks exactly like a leaf.
Yep, this is probably...
Yeah, if it just stood still, bro, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know, for real.
Literally looks
it blends in so
like
well.
A leaf.
Yep, this is probably some of the most impressive camouflage because while their body stands out a lot to potential predators, well, they have these massive leaf shields on their back so that when they're turned away,
so they're gonna be protected from the skeletons, right?
basically cannot even tell that they're there. Oh yeah, and did I mention that these things have wings?
Oh, hell
I don't
no.
know why everything I find is so cool. But little did I know, I was just getting...
Yeah, I will say though, this one's probably the coolest thing so far. Like, especially because it looks so much like a leaf. And the fact that it can fly is pretty cool too.
These things have wings.
That just scared me though.
I don't know why everything I find is so cool. But little did I know, I was just getting started because only a few minutes later, as I was scanning around some of the branches in this tree, I noticed what almost looked like some sort of moving vine. But in fact,
hell?
this was
It's a
actually
snake.
my very first snake find of the trip. We can tell based off how extremely thin its body is and the shape of its head that this is a blunt-headed tree snake. These things are honestly cute with their massive eyes, and also they don't attack humans. They just slither through the branches looking for stuff to eat, like these frog eggs I had found earlier. But yeah, they're honestly nothing compared to some of the snakes I'll be finding later into.
So this snake is probably like the most chill guy snake that you could possibly ever see, you know?
They're honestly nothing.
If you see this guy, you're gonna have good luck.
Compared to some of the snakes I'll be finding later into the night. Now, my luck must have been insane during this night because the very next creature I found was just chilling on the side of some stairs on the trail. It was a tailless whip scorpion. If you're a fan of my channel, you may already know these things since I've had them in videos before. But what was so insane about this guy is that it had something in its claws that it was eating.
What the hell is that?
I got a close look to see that there was some sort of stinger in its grasp. This could only mean one thing. So I took out the backpack, and from inside I grabbed out a UV light. If you didn't know, certain animals like scorpions glow under UV light, and when I shined my UV light at this tailless whip scorpion, the very thing it was eating, of course, started to glow. That meant that the stinger it was holding was actually the stinger of a baby scorpion. And this tailless whip scorpion had somehow caught it and was devouring it up. Oh my god.
It's eating its own kind? To be completely fair to this scorpion though, this motherfucker does not look like Scorpion at all, bro. He looks like a alienated spider, my nigga. Like, he probably doesn't even notice his species. He's like, yeah, he looks completely different than me.
Gosh, I had no clue these things ate scorpions. That is so cool. Now, the next interesting animal I came across in the night was actually this big nest on the side of a tree.
Wait, did I get that right though? Was this a scorpion in the first place?
It was a tailless whip scorpion.
Yeah, okay. I just had to make sure.
Almost like scorpions glowering it. I came across in the night was actually this big nest on the side of a tree. After getting a closer look, I realized that this was a black crazy ant nest. These guys are called crazy ants because, well, when I touched their nest to simulate a threat of danger, you could tell how they absolutely started to swarm that area super fast like a bunch of crazy people, even though there wasn't actually a real threat there. Don't let...
To be fair though, I feel like this probably feels like an earthquake to them, you know what I'm saying? Like you just touching the tree and the vibration that goes across of it, even though we don't think about it, but to them they're so little, so any like movement and shit is weird. They're like, oh hell no, what is that, bro? Somebody's here, let's go attack them.
Even though there wasn't actually a real threat there. Don't let their small size fool you. They're known for taking down prey way bigger than themselves with teamwork.
I don't think I've ever really underestimated ants, but especially since we started watching a lot of ant videos and how they be working together, nigga, if I see a group of ants, I'm not messing with them, bro. Unless I got a bomb, I got a nuke in this bitch. I need a nuke for these niggas. For real though, because yeah, they not gonna stop till you done.
Point in the trail, I had gotten to this small little abandoned pool area that I noticed had tons of tadpoles swimming around inside of it. But very interestingly, right on top of this cloth cover above the pool, I had found the most iconic frog in the world, the red-eyed tree frog. Yes, these guys can actually be quite rare to find in the wild since they only lay their eggs in still bodies of water, so you won't find them nearby.
Yo, these are actually like beautiful eggs though. What the heck?
Wild since they only lay their eggs.
That's so cool.
Eggs.
You can literally see them in there.
Water. So you won't find them nearby flowing.
That's like just imagine you could see like a baby fetus. You just see it moving around. I know you can, like, you know, with the what the hell is it called when they scan the woman's belly and shit. Oh lord. Oh, the ultrasound and shit like that, you can, but imagine just like seeing it, like their stomach is like clear so you can just see it moving around.
That'd be cool. Creeks, so it sort of makes sense that we found them near this abandoned pool, and it's likely that the rest of these tadpoles in here will also turn into these amazing frogs one day. Now the next couple finds all rapid fire. First of all, there's this little katydid bug that had caught a roach and was eating it alive. Then there's this super tiny stick insect on a leaf that of course looks like a stick for camouflage. Nice. Right after, I found this way bigger stick insect of a slightly different species.
That literally looks
onto a
exactly like
branch.
the
You can
stick.
tell this one was a winged stick insect based off its thicker body shape. And also, when I got my hand close enough, it all of a sudden flashed its bright orange wings at me like a flashbang and flew away. Dang, these things actually...
Yo, when freaking bugs fly away and shit, I don't know why it's so scary to me. Like, I hate when that happens, bro. Because it's just like a shock, especially if it's something that you don't expect to fly.
You look like a bird when they fly away with their wings. That's pretty cool. I was seriously finding so much camouflage stuff in the jungle this night, like this thing. It may just look like an ordinary lizard at first.
You give me 5% off?
A helmeted
Car
iguana. Not only do they have
iguana,
this sick head shape that just sort of looks like a chameleon's head shape, but they also have the ability to change the color of their skin just like a chameleon. Yep, you see how this one has a green body to match the leaf it's on? Well, only a few minutes later, as I was scanning through the branches nearby, I found another one of these iguanas. This time was brown.
Yo, I like iguanas, bro. They just be chilling, bro.
Even though it too was hanging onto a green object, so I don't know why it chose to be brown. It's kind of a bad color to choose, but anyways.
Bro, it's not camouflaging, right? Bro, trying to stand out. He wants attention, bro.
Pretty cool, and yes, they actually do change your color. Now, by this point in the trail, I was dead set on finding one of the many...
You know what I just thought of, though?
And yes,
like, what if it thinks... Because you know how the tree is green, right? But the marks that are kind of scratched off and stuff, they are like this brownish color. So I wonder if it's just turning into that color and it thinks it's camouflage, you know?
They actually do change your color. Now, by this point in the trail, I was dead set on finding one of the many deadly venomous snakes that Costa Rica is filled with. So I passed up literally every boring little bug or even spider that I found to keep searching. And by some stroke of luck, right at the end of the trail, I came across this small dirty pond. After looking around it, there of course was a snake. I couldn't tell what exact species it was at first though.
He's looking straight at you.
Zoom attachment up to my camera. He let me see that this was a fer-de-lance pit viper. The most dangerous snake in all of Costa Rica. It was a good thing that this thing was on the opposite side of the pond from me, because they have these massive hollow fangs that if you're unlucky enough to get bit by, inject a potent venom in.
Oh my gosh, you see how like his teeth get hard like in the middle? Look, you can't even see his teeth right now.
Unlucky enough to get bit.
And then he opens his mouth and they start sticking out, bro. That's so scary.
By inject a potent venom into you. And yeah, this dude was just staring directly at me. This is the perfect reminder.
That's why I said, bro, he is checking you out right now, boy. He's like, is you really finna come over here, little nigga? Hey, I mean, you could come over here if you want. I'm finna bite that ass, though.
Gotta be so careful for recording these videos. Anyways, I was pretty much at the end of the trail by this point, and the final two animals I found, thankfully, were pretty cool. Because first of all, there's this giant fishing spider floating on the water. These guys will wait for fish to swim under them, and then swim under the water to attack them. It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Cooler than that was this massive sleeping basilisk lizard sitting on a branch above the water. You see, these guys have a special name in Costa Rica. They're called...
Bro, reminds me of the Spinosaurus, bro. Is that what it's called? The Spinosaurus, and they have those things on their back legs?
Have a special name in Costa Rica. They're called the Jesus Christ lizard.
Jesus Christ.
Like Jesus Christ, who can walk on water, these lizards can do the same exact thing when they're in a life or death scenario.
Wait, this is real footage, bro? It looks like a damn cartoon, like... Hit us.
Walk on water. These lizards
Tom and Jerry shit, bro.
Exact thing when they're in a life or death scenario. Their feet are designed in a special way to repel water, and when they move extremely fast, they can kind of just defy the laws of physics. And
yeah, I mean, in order to pull something off like that, you have to move extremely fast, like he said. So yeah, seeing these in real time is probably like a blur, bro, because they're going so damn fast.
Kind of just defy the laws of physics, and yeah, literally just walk in the water.
That's
but of course,
insane.
since this guy was sleeping, I didn't want to disturb him, so I just left him be. Well, this was probably the...
You know what? This one's probably the coolest out of all of them, bro. And it was number 100, so it makes sense. But like, this is the coolest because like being able to walk on water is pretty cool, bro. Like I would like to see that in real time.
So I just left him be. Well, this was probably the most successful rock flipping video I've had. And even though most of the stuff I found wasn't even through rock flipping, hopefully still found it interesting how much insane wildlife there is.
Yes,
it is,
sir.
bro.
Let me know, guys, where I should go next to flip rocks in the world.
Bro, just going all the way around the world.
Super big news in regards to the channel, because as you guys may know, on the merch website, I've been showing off a ton of the biggest supporters that buy the merch. But now, once a month, we're going to have a fan of the month. And our first fan of the month is Beatrice. Yep, Beatrice is the fan of the month because just look at her. She is completely decked out with tons of the terror.
Bro, she got everything in this bed.
Plushies, the activity book, a shirt, and even the trading cards. Oh my gosh, you are a super fan. Thank you so much for the support, Beatrice, and hopefully you enjoy being fan of the month. If you guys want to try and become the next fan of the month, head to terraggreenstore.com, and it should have all the instructions there.
Hey, that's a W.
But yeah, seriously, thank you guys so much for watching this video.
Chat, this is actually a W, bro. Oh, shout out Terra Green, bro. We actually, I actually mentioned that a lot of his merch and stuff seems pretty nice. I mean, look, it has an activity book, which is literally perfect. You know what I'm saying? He probably has all the animals, insects that he's had on the channel, like in this activity book, which is pretty cool. Got the little snake plushie and everything. So yeah, chat, if you guys want to support, I might get some stuff of my own. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I kind of like how the snakes looks. Chat, let me know, chat. Should I get some? Yeah, chat, let me know what else you guys want to react to in the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.